Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to answer the most basic of questions that some of you have been wondering, and that is, am I a negative person and do I produce negative Brompton content?
Hey guys, I have been out and about for a little bit riding my bike. I'm just going bare bones today. No backpack, no tea bag, just, going as minimalistic as possible. It's the most fun to ride the Brompton this way. I think it's, this is a pretty good cargo bike with all the stuff that you can put on it, the bags and all that stuff. But when you take the bags off of it and you don't have a backpack and stuff, this bike is super fun. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about positivity. Nothing bike related today. The only thing is I'm out riding my bike while saying this, but I want to talk about positivity because I've had a fair number of people kind of point out that some of my videos don't seem to be very positive in nature, and some people have flat out said, hey, you're just not positive. And I understand. I do. I understand to a certain degree that there's a lot of people that love positive content. And I thought I made a lot of positive content, but apparently not. And I want to address that in this video. Guys, as a cyclist, as a commuting cyclist, as a touring cyclist, as a recreational cyclist, our experiences on the bike aren't always positive. There's a lot of negative out there in the world. We know this. We see it every day. We see people nearly running us over. I've had friends killed on the bicycle. I've seen people literally hit by cars that are not paying attention to what they're doing. I myself have been hit almost every single day. I almost get hit by somebody. Luckily, I'm paying attention and I watch out for them. I fear for the day that I hardly pay attention or I'm half paying attention to the road and somebody is not paying attention, especially when they're behind a wheel of a 4,000-pound car. I fear for that day because I know that that'll be the day I probably end up biting it. That'll be the day that I kick my air addiction. So, in all honesty, those days aren't positive. Some days when you vlog and you vlog about your experience, especially when you vlog about your experience out on the bike, you vlog about the times you enjoy being out on the bike, but also if you're going to be real, if you're going to be honest, if you're going to be transparent with people, you're going to vlog about days when it's not so nice to be out on the bike. And I know a lot of people don't want to see that, but it's realistic. That's the way it is, You see, there's a lot of people that haven't rode the bike in years and they want to get back out there, right? But they want to see the whole experience. They want to see what it's like out on a bicycle. And if you're going to be fair to those people, you got to show them what it's really like. See, like that guy right there. It is illegal to ride a motorized vehicle on these bike paths, but he was doing it anyway. And the reason why it's illegal, because it's dangerous. There's a lot of people out there that say, don't be negative, be positive. I think too many times people confuse negativity with anger and frustration. And those are they're not the same thing. Being frustrated at something doesn't mean you're negative, doesn't mean you're being overly negative. Getting angry about something, especially if you got some legitimate reason to be angry, that's not being negative. You see kind of idiocy we got to deal with? You got to deal with that right there. You got these people that just start shit for nothing. Like that guy was purposely trying to jump in front of my bike, purposely doing it, purposely trying to be an asshole for no reason. Guys, I know you guys want me to make positive content. I want to make positive content. That is like my numero uno mission when I wake up in the morning. I wake up and I say, Brian, you're going to be positive and you're going to go out there and you're going to make positive content. Unfortunately, circumstances being what they may, that might not always happen. See, what you got here on the trails is you got people that are completely oblivious. You got these people who, they walk their dogs, they don't pay attention to their dogs, they're too busy on their cell phones, and their dogs like run all over the place, even though a lot of them are on a leash. They're on a long enough leash where it really doesn't matter. So a lot of times they'll end up clotheslining a cyclist because the dog abruptly just runs out, you know? It's like they take their dog out for a walk and they don't even pay attention to their dog. They just take their dog out and they're too busy on their cell phone. And they got the dog tied to their waist. They're not even controlling the leash. You see, that guy earlier started messing with me because I was vlogging. Like I said, I try to be polite, but when guys start calling me names, they jump in front of my bicycle, that's aggressive, and I don't play around with that. You see, guys, we as cyclists deal with an enormous amount of crap every single day. We deal with it from all, from everybody. You see, we got to deal with groups of people, walking and taking up the whole bike path, and you can't get by. It's irritating, especially when they won't move out of the way. It's like you're riding on a bike path and you'll have this big group of people blocking the whole way, and they won't even get out of your way at all. It's like, sorry about your luck, pal. We're here and this is our path. It's not like it's a multi-use path or anything. And it is. It's a multi-use path. It's for bicycles and pedestrians. It's not to be completely consumed by pedestrians or cyclists or any one group of people. So we deal with dogs, people being inconsiderate, homeless people jumping out at us, attacking us. We deal with cars, inconsiderate drivers, oblivious drivers, people that don't pay attention, people that nearly run you over and kill you and then get mad at you. And that's the worst part, when they have the audacity to get mad at you for them making a mistake. It's the weirdest thing, to be yelled at by people. You guys don't know what it's like, man. I mean, some of you do. Some of you live in cities where it's just like that, but some of you don't. And then you don't understand the negativity. You don't understand being on a bike path and having somebody squirt some things out of their car at you, or people purposely messing with you on a day-to-day basis. It happens to all cyclists every single day, and it gets annoying. And that's why cyclists are starting to get more and more aggressive. Guys, it isn't about positivity, okay? Positivity is having optimism. I have optimism. I generally look forward to the future, and I'm generally very optimistic about the future. What I don't like is when people mess with me, when people attack me, when people do things to antagonize. You see, guys, getting mad about that stuff is not being negative. Getting mad at people for messing with you or putting your life in danger or being just overly rude and inconsiderate, that's not being negative. And I really want you guys to understand the difference, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people think that getting angry is a negative emotion. And it is and it isn't. I mean, it really depends on how you express that anger. If a guy has a really bad day at work and his boss was on his case left and right, and he goes home and beats his wife, that's taking your anger to a negative place, and that's not good. But taking your anger and going out and riding a bicycle or doing some sort of exercise, that's a positive way to express your anger. And more so than anything, I want you guys to understand that there is a difference between negativity and just being angry and frustrated. There's a difference between complaining and being negative. Justly complaining about something is perfectly fine. Some people complain about the lack of cycling infrastructure in their town, and their complaining gets the city planners to actually take notice and to build more cycling infrastructure. So that complaining had a positive result. I'm just complaining to be complaining. You know what? That's a different story altogether. That's where you take complaining to a negative place. So needless to say, guys, I hope you understand that if I am complaining, I'm not being negative when I complain. Likewise, if I get angry, I'm not being negative when I'm getting angry. I'm usually justifiably getting angry.
Hey guys, made it back to the house. Went and picked up something to eat, and I'm getting ready to munch right now. Anyway guys, I really wanted to finish my thoughts on positivity. Humans have a range of emotions. We all know this, right? Humans are the yin and the yang, okay? We experience great emotions, positive emotions, happy emotions. We experience sad emotions, negative emotions. Our mental state is like a roller coaster, okay? All normal humans are like this. There is not a person I've ever met in my entire life who is just blissfully happy and positive all the time. I've never seen that in real life. Now, as I do understand that people come to YouTube for a form of escape, meaning they come to YouTube and they want to see positive, uplifting content, I 100% agree with you. That is really nice content, and I would really love to make that kind of content non-stop. But at the same time, I also want to be real. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be fake positive. And the problem with making positive, happy, uplifting content all the time is there's a lot of times when I don't feel like making that kind of content. So it's either go long periods without making any videos whatsoever, which is kind of what I've been doing, or make very consistent, regular videos and just make videos about what I'm feeling at the moment, or things that are on my mind, or things I want to talk about. So with that being said, I really want to be real in these vlogs. I really want to say the good, I want to say the bad, I want to talk about the ugly, I want to talk about the beautiful. There's a range of things, a range of experiences that I want to share with you guys. I am not a negative person, okay? I'm a generally positive person. I'm generally pretty happy. Jesus, man. Sorry, I'm trying not to be negative. Every time I film a video, somebody starts stomping up there anyways. But regardless, guys, I generally am a positive person. I really have a good outlook on life. A generally negative person, or a person with a negative disposition, is a person that's always seeing the bad in everything. You could have some charitable organization over there really working to maybe help exploited and missing children, and a negative person would look at that institution and go, you're only doing it for the money, or you're only doing it for public praise. You're not doing it for the benevolent reasons you claim you're doing it for, you know? A negative person will always see the bad in every situation and in every person. I am not that kind of person. I'm the type of person that sees the good in the good and the bad in the bad. Okay, I can experience negative emotions, but I can experience positive emotions as well. My general overall disposition is towards the positive. I have hope, and I generally have a positive outlook on life. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to experience the negative or negative emotions from time to time. As I stated earlier, being a little angry, getting a little critical, complaining a little bit, those aren't negative emotions by themselves, okay? It really depends on where you take those emotions. I'm one of those people that generally see the beauty in life. but I'm also a product of my environment. When I'm around beauty, when I'm around positivity, when I'm around great people, I tend to be very positive. I tend to have a positive outlook. When I'm around a bunch of negativity, when I'm around a bunch of negative people, and when I'm in negative situations, I tend to kind of veer towards the negative a little bit. And that's just kind of my personality type. My main thing, guys, is that I want you guys to see that I'm not an overly negative person. Okay, just because I tend to talk about some negative things from time to time, just because I get angry from time to time, just because I criticize or complain from time to time, does not mean that that's my overall disposition. And that's the only thing, if you take anything away from this video, that is what I'm trying to say. I know a lot of people are going to look at this video and see that all I did was complain about all these situations that bicyclists have to deal with. That's not it, guys. I'm just merely saying that we go through a lot of stuff. We have a lot of issues that we face as cyclists. And, you know, sometimes we get really frustrated and irritated by those things. And that was all I was trying to point out. I was also trying to point out that we have every right to get frustrated at some of these people, because we all have to look out for each other on the trails, okay? And to see people being incourteous, to see people attacking you, to see people just being completely oblivious and not paying attention to what they're doing, that puts everybody in danger. It's not just a cyclist's responsibility to watch out for everybody, it's everybody's responsibility. That's a fair criticism. That's a fair complaint. And in order for anything to change, we have to complain about these things, and we have to share our complaints with others. That way other people can see these things and say, oh, you know, I do that, maybe I should stop. See, you guys didn't see earlier what that guy was doing. Okay, when I turned the camera around, he jumped out of the way and that was all you saw. And most people would interpret that as, oh, well, maybe he was just getting out of the way. You didn't see what he was doing before I turned the camera around. The guy was literally on the opposite side of the bike path, the way he should have been, and then he jumps right in front in my line, and he starts doing this number, flicking me off, and then just holding his arms out like he wants to fight or something. And then as soon as I turn the camera around, he jumps out of the way, and that was all you guys saw. You didn't see exactly what he was doing. And I don't know if you heard, after I passed him, he was cussing me like crazy. And there was no reason to do any of that, because I did nothing to this guy. Absolutely did nothing to this guy. I was just filming myself, and for some reason that offended him in some way, shape, or form. I don't know why, but it did. And these are the types of things that I personally have to put up with, and it's kind of irritating, it's kind of aggravating, and it does get me mad from time to time. But that doesn't mean I'm being negative. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Overall, I love riding my Brompton, and I love exploring, and I love going on adventures, and I love sharing all that stuff with you guys. The good, the bad, and the ugly. If you guys have any questions or you want to say anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video if you like it, and I will talk with you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.